Hemophilia is a medical condition in which the ability of the blood to clot is severely reduced, causing the sufferer to bleed profusely from even a slight injury. On the occasion of World Hemophilia Day, which falls in April, MediCircle is conducting an exclusive series on hemophilia featuring eminent hematologists to spread awareness about this rare medical condition. Hi, this is Amrita Priya, and you are watching MediCircle. Today, we have Dr. Divyesh Patel in our show. Dr. Divyesh Patel is a hematologist, hemato-oncologist, bone marrow transplant physician at SCG's Cancer Center, Vadodara. Welcome, Dr. Patel, to MediCircle.
Hello.
So, Dr. Patel, to begin with, what causes hemophilia?
So basically, hemophilia is a genetic disorder. So it is X-linked recessive disorder. So the defective gene is getting transferred from the parent, and the child gets that defective gene, and because of which the child gets disease and the symptoms.
Okay.
Generally, the males are affected because it is X-linked recessive disorder.
Okay. And what about the signs and symptoms of hemophilia?
So to look for the signs, like within few months of age, the child starts having some red discoloration over the knees, elbows. So whichever part is dependent, whichever part he is using to walk with supporter, like that. So there will be blood clots in those joints through which the child is starting to support the body weight. And the other symptoms, like whenever the child gets some even minor trauma, and if the bleeding starts, the bleeding generally doesn't stop on its own, and generally the parents says to run to the hospital for some.
Okay. And what about the diagnosis? Like, how is the diagnosis done of this?
So diagnosis is done basically first of all from the clinical history. So whenever the parents come with child, we always ask the history of whether it is a spontaneous bleed or it is always a post-traumatic bleed. So it is, if it is a spontaneous bleed, then it is very much likely that the patient is having coagulation abnormality. So we ask about the spontaneous joint bleeds. Bleeds means excessive bleed after the falling of tooth, then excessive bleed after injury whenever the child gets trauma after fall or like that. So the history is very much important. Then we also ask the parents whether they have any photographs of ecchymotic patches, like red colored patches over the body. So that also helps. So after this history, we advise some routine blood investigations. So these blood investigations, it includes platelet counts, then coagulation parameters like prothrombin time, activated partial thromboplastin time. So these are the first three basic investigations which we generally do. And based upon that, whatever thing is abnormal, we do further tests. For example, if we talk about the hemophilia, so in that case, platelet counts will be normal, PT will be, prothrombin time will be normal, and only APTT, which is activated partial thromboplastin time, will be prolonged. So we advise for the correction studies, and after that, we do factor 8 assay for hemophilia A and factor 9 assay for hemophilia B.
Okay. And how severe is hemophilia? Because if one keeps on profusely bleeding, then it is very difficult for doctors to handle such patients, and it's very difficult for the patients as well. So how severe is that?
So basically, hemophilia severity wise, it can be of 3 types. It can be either mild hemophilia, moderate hemophilia, or severe hemophilia. So basically, in mild and moderate hemophilia, spontaneous bleeding is very rare, and spontaneous bleeding is very common in case of the severe hemophilia. That means if the factor S is less than 1%, that child is very likely to develop spontaneous bleeds. So
Okay.
most likely they develop joint bleeds. So recurrent joint bleeds, even they can have these recurrent joint bleeds 2 or 3 times per week also. So over a period of time, what happens, the joint gets permanently damaged and there is a very difficulty in walking and like that. If they get a spontaneous bleed in areas of brain or the lungs, so in such cases, it can be life-threatening also.
Okay. So manageable, it's a manageable disease, isn't it? Like one have to manage it.
Yeah, hemophilia, basically now the many treatments are available. So now the factor support is also available. At many centers, it is available free of cost. So what you have to do is you have to just get registered in the Hemophilia Society. So in such cases, you will get these factors free of cost also. There are many companies which are producing supply factors also. So in case of emergency, if you do not get the factor free of cost, in such cases, you can even buy the factors from the
Okay.
market and you can use it for the child.
Okay. And the cost, is it too costly?
So if you have to buy the factors, then it is very much costly. So the cost may vary from 10,000 to 1 lakh per month, depending upon the episodes of bleeding into the child. So
Okay.
it is very much advisable to get registered in some hemophilia society and to get factors free of cost.
Okay.
Now the many new medicines are also available, like imacizumab is available. So the dose of this imacizumab is just once a month subcutaneously also we can give. So, but even there also the cost is the main concern. But if you are connected with some good companies, like if you are good company employees and if you are getting benefit of the insurance from that company, so these treatments are also a very good option. So with this treatment, the child can live normal lives.
Okay. So thank you, Dr. Patel, for giving us an overview of what hemophilia is and providing us the treatment options and how it is diagnosed. So your insights would be helpful for our viewers to understand this medical condition. Thanks a lot for being part of the MediCircle show.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.